Ever run your Python code and seen this? Don't worry, we've all been there. Today I'm going to help you fix it. Parsing errors happen when you write your code and the programming language doesn't understand what to do with it because it's not written correctly. If the code doesn't follow the spelling or grammar rules of the programming or scripting language, a parsing error pops up. Now, in Python, these errors show up as syntax errors. In this video, we'll look at the most common Python syntax errors and how to avoid them. I'll also show you how to fix them, so don't go anywhere. But first, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech tips. Now let's start by discussing the 4 most common syntax errors beginners make. Assignment operator confusion. Mixing up the assignment operator, the equal sign, and the comparison operator, double equal sign, is a common mistake, especially for beginners. Use 1 equal sign to assign values to variables and 2 equal signs when comparing values. Adding an extra sign or missing one can easily lead to a syntax error. For example, this code will throw an error. Undisclosed parentheses, brackets or quotes. Forgetting to close parentheses, brackets or quotes, or doing it incorrectly is another classic mistake. When this happens, Python thinks everything after the opening symbol is part of the same statement. As you'd expect, this causes an error. Here's an example. So always double check your brackets, parentheses and quotes to make sure they are properly closed. Missing commas in lists or dictionaries. If you're using Python, you know that some lines of code require commas. For example, in lists, dictionaries, tuples, some string formatting options, etc. Forgetting just 1 comma will cause a syntax error. For example, the following line of code misses commas. So don't forget to separate items with commas when needed to avoid an error. Keyword typos. Just like most programming languages, Python has a list of predefined keywords like if, else, then, and while. So every time you misspell a keyword, you'll end up with a syntax error. For example, writing if with a double F instead of if with a single F in the following code will cause Python to throw a syntax error. So take a second to proofread your code and avoid these small typos. Now that you know the most common Python syntax errors, let's see how to fix them. Use an IDE. Modern IDEs are a Python user's best friend. They automatically check your code as you type and usually mark potential errors with red. So keep an eye out for red underlines to catch errors early. Check the error message. If you don't catch the syntax error while typing, Python will let you know as soon as you execute the code. You'll get an error message showing the exact line and location of the error so that you can quickly fix it. Pay attention to these messages and check the line they highlight. Handle Python exceptions. Python also lets you handle exceptions using the try and except statements. This method is especially useful for catching errors in user-inputted or dynamic code. Here's an example. This way, it prints a helpful error message instead of crashing the program. As you can see, most syntax errors are simple. However, they can still wreak havoc if left unresolved. So pay attention to things like missing commas, unclosed brackets, and typos and keywords. Also use modern IDEs, read Python's error messages, and handle Python exceptions with try and except to keep your programs running smoothly. Want to know how to turn off WebRTC in your browser? Check out our video on how to disable it in various browsers to protect your online privacy. Make sure you subscribe for more tech tutorials and hit the bell icon. Until next time.